Hello everyone, good chunky morning to you. Welcome to episode 1 of GCM, Good Chunky Mornings. The show where I say a few facts about a certain theme. And today's theme is just the introduction, and there's no facts for today. If you hear any background noise, it's just my dog, and my mum is sat over there. Well, that's none of your information. So, this is just the introduction video of Good Chunky Mornings. Today, we're just going to be talking about... what should we talk about? Let's talk about cars. So, cars, I've got a few cars next to me. I've got one there. I've got another here. And another here. I'll get them in a minute. Like, in the shot in a minute. But this is... And by the way, I was just going to give these to my friends because I'm getting too old for these. But cars, I think they started making cars in... I know, I'll go and get another fact thing. This introduction can be about cars. So I'll go and get, like, a fact file sheet. Wait, I'm back. I've got an iPad, so I just researched a few bits about cars up. Now, I know a few things about cars, like they were made quite a long time ago. Obviously, no longer than the 1800s. No earlier than the 1800s, though. I was going to type in cars. That's not going to work. History of cars. History of automobile. Okay. This is an automobile car. Okay. The early history of the automobile can be divided into a number of eras based on the prevalent means of propulsion. Later periods were defined by trends in exterior styling, size, and utility preferences. In 1768, the first steam-powered automobile capable of human transportation was built by Nicholas Joseph Cugnot. Sorry about it, guys, my camera died. In 1807, Francois Isaac de Lavise designed the first car powered by an internal combustion engine fueled by hydrogen. That's entertaining. Let's see when cars were first made. Now, I've got a few car little toys here, but these are Hot Wheel cars. Now, I'm assuming... I don't know what this is. No. Hang on, does that... I think it says on it. This is a 68 Nova. Probably see it there at the top. It says Hot Wheels, and it's a Hot Wheels car, but you know. Right, let's search cars. 68 Nova. Oh, hello. No results found. Okay. Let's see. When were cars invented? Okay. Oh, wow, okay. So, turns out, cars were actually made in 1885, and it says here, exactly who invented the automobile is a matter of opinion. If we had to give credit to one inventor, it would probably be Carl Benz from Germany. So, Carl Benz, nice one of making cars. Many suggest that he created the first true automobile in 1885 to 1886. And that's a good fact there. So, who invented the automobile? It says, I think it just says that Carl Benz made it. But let's see what websites I like. I've got another few cars here. I've got this car. I picked a few old style cars out. Well, I'll say that, and then I've got this car. Yeah. Put them just there. Okay. So, that page I want to load up. History of the automobile from Wikipedia. Just read this, but okay. So, yeah. In 1886, the first petrol or gasoline-powered automobile was the Benz patent motor wagon. Was invented by Carl Benz. This is also considered to be the first production vehicle, as Benz made several identical copies. As the turn of the 20th century, electrically powered automobiles appeared, but only occupied a niche market until the turn of the 21st century, which we're in now. And it gives you an option of like errors of invention. Errors of invention. I can't speak today, guys. Errors of invention. There's a few pictures. You can't see it, but right. Let's see when. Notifications. When were them carts made? When were the carts made? When were go-karts made? Let's search that up. We're going from anything now. Racing go-kart, Natural Museum of American History. I'm going to read this out. How much is this on? 4 minutes, 56 seconds. Right. This is a description of a racing go-kart. It says, a truly grassroots sport, organised go-karting arose in the late 1950s. In the 1930s and late 1940s, various types of smaller open-wheeled race cars had been developed for certain classes of organised racing on oval tracks, including the midget races, diminutive but full-fledged single-seat high-speed cars, but for would-be racers of limited means in the 1950s, even these midget race cars were found of financial reach. Meanwhile, marketers of leisure-time products had started producing small motorized carts for pre-teens, such a cart intended for driving on paved surfaces of the public roadways, had a light frame made of double steel, no body at all, a rudimentary open seat. I'm just reading random words now, guys. It just isn't here. I'm just going to stop reading that. Okay, so basically it's saying like it was made a few certain go-karts, probably like the most popular ones. Well, I'm assuming anyway. And there were a few, and they were made in the 19s. What the heck? The 1900s, basically. 1900s. 20th century, that's what I'm going to say. And that's it about go-karts on this website. So, Oh, no. Nope. Get that away. Who invented the first go-kart? Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. The first ever go-kart was invented by a man called Art Ingels, who made the first go-kart back in 1956 in California. And the purpose behind Ingels' invention was to create a new post-war pastime for airmen. Now, obviously, me being my age, I barely know any of what that means, apart from that it was made in California and it was made for certain people. So that was who invented the first go-kart and why he made it. There are places in the world, like museums in the world, where you can go go-kart seeing, like you can go and look at go-karts that have been made in the 90s, in the 1990s and 1980s and stuff, and some that have been made these days in the 21st century. Let's see when carriages were first made. When were carriages invented? Oh, okay. So this is a further back one. Let me see what time it's on. Carriages were first made in the 15th century. Carriages were made lighter and needed only one horse to haul the carriage. This carriage was designed and innovated in Hungary, the country Hungary, not Hungary. Both innovations appeared around the same time, and historians believe that people began comparing the chariot Brandlant and the Hungarian light coach. I understand every single word of that, so that's good to know. I'm going to read one more website and then I'm going to end this episode off. If you wonder why I keep doing that, it's because it says the time, but because it's white over there, it doesn't say. 9 minutes 42, okay. The horse and carriage. Loading. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this series of GCM, Good Chunky Morning. Basically just read a load of facts out for you about today's theme, and some videos I'll be doing challenges. So leave a comment in the comment section below of what comments you'd like me to do. Okay. It's got a video here of the horse and carriage, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to read this last paragraph and then end the video here, guys. The horse-drawn carriage was used as early as the 1600s in Europe. It was a basic cart on wheels, which was made for a very comfortable ride. By the 1700s, carriages were made with better suspension, interiors and shelters. Those who couldn't afford a coach walked. In the late 1800s in Australia, coaches varied from very basic to very comfortable, depending on what a family could afford. Basically, it's saying the rich ones, or something like that, could afford good and comfortable ones, but the people who weren't rich and quite poor couldn't afford much, I think. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's episode of GCM. So it's been about cars, go-karts and carriages, and I think it's actually been quite entertaining. So stick along for episode 2, which will be tomorrow, and I will see you guys later. Bye!